Hi everyone, and welcome to our bite-sized webinar on getting to know Thinkful's Deferred Tuition program. As a former bootcamp graduate myself, I know that sorting through financing options can feel especially daunting as you're exploring this new career change. But we're here today to shed some light on Thinkful's Deferred Tuition and hopefully make this whole process just a little bit clearer. So I want to start off with a quick overview of why we started offering deferred tuition as a financing option for our part-time programs. We've always been passionate about empowering folks to transform their careers and believe that anyone who is truly dedicated to that positive career change should get the opportunity to pursue it. Being online has always allowed us to have more freedom to work around your schedule. And now deferred tuition gives you even more options when it comes to paying for that education. It's truly the next step in empowering financial flexibility and makes us a partner in this process with you by providing many of the benefits of a traditional loan, but with the flexibility to only pay once you've actually secured that qualifying position. Okay, so we threw out a couple different terms and ideas there, and we're here to make things less confusing, not more. So let's define some of those right now. The first one that we want to define is the deferred part of deferred tuition. That just means that this is a payment option where part-time students pay no tuition up front. Through this plan, Thinkful makes an initial investment in students by allowing them to delay any tuition payments until they're actually successful in finding that qualifying position. This helps us make education more accessible to talented applicants who might not otherwise be able to pursue that technical training because of a lack of access to funds or the inability to cover tuition and keep up with financial responsibilities. So one more time, you'll owe no tuition up front, and then only once you secure a qualifying position, and we'll talk about what that means in just a sec, do you actually start to make payments. All right, so that's deferred tuition broadly speaking. I also wanted to come back to this idea of Thinkful being a partner in this process with you. So you're entrusting us with your valuable time and energy and effort with the hopes of beginning a new career. If we can't get you from learning to earning, then you don't have to pay. That means that if you fulfill all of the course and job search requirements outlined in that tuition refund guarantee, that's linked here, and you don't get an offer for a qualifying position after 6 months, your tuition is forgiven and you owe nothing. For the purposes of deferred tuition, a qualifying position is either a full-time role that makes at least $40,000 a year, or a contract position that lasts at least 3 months and pays at least $3,333 a month. One other note on transparency. If you do take advantage of deferred tuition, but for some reason have to cancel the course midway through, we'll ask for a prorated amount of tuition to cover your time in the program. It's the same as what would happen with any other cancellation. The last bit that I wanted to touch on is payment clarity. We recognize that it's important to know what you'll be paying for your course, which is why your principal and your interest are clearly outlined before you enroll. Knowing all of that up front makes it easier to plan for your future and spend more energy focused on actually learning. In order to be eligible to apply for deferred tuition, there's a couple different requirements that you need to meet. For starters, you must be at least 21 years old and a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. You also need to receive approval through Ascent, a partner company who helps us process the loan. If you think that the deferred tuition could be a good fit for your circumstances, the next step in the process to qualify would be to submit an application with that loan provider, Ascent. A quick note for the Ascent application. They do run a hard credit check. For that, they're considering your credit score and your debt load. If you have some additional questions or want help with that application process, make sure to schedule a call and actually keep to your appointment time with one of our admissions representatives. They'll be able to talk through the ins and outs of all of the financing options that are available to you, whether that's deferred tuition or one of the many other ways that we have to help you take that next step towards a career that you'll love. As we're wrapping up here today, I just want to thank you for joining in on this conversation. I always enjoy talking about the work that we do here, but it's a more meaningful conversation when I know that I'm speaking to others who might be in that similar position to where I once was. Remember to have that conversation with your admissions rep if you have questions or if you're ready to take that next step. I'm glad to have been a part of your learning journey here today, and I hope to see you online real soon.